So good morning, my name is Anwar Zeknina and I will present to you today about my DMP for Dream Chasers approach. Dream Chasers approach is a company that believes that everybody has a unique treasure inside of them and is eager to help them to really live the life to the fullest and discover that unique treasure. So it's a company that offers self-development trainings online, so via webinars and online videos. And I had the opportunity to help them figure out a new strategy to penetrate the market even better. So my main challenge for the company was how can DCA, so Dream Chasers approach, increase online brand awareness and improve sales. So in order to solve this challenge, I had some key focus points, which were establish what is the current position, what does the market look like, what strategies can provide them a sustainable business model so they can ensure profits in the future as well, and how should they implement this into the business. So it's nice to have a strategy, but it needs to be implemented as well. So first things first, looking at the table of content, the presentation is set up in the same order. So first there will come an internal analysis, and then external. Then I will, based on the internal and external analysis, I will come up with a strategy and the solutions, how to implement this in the business, and I will wrap it up, and afterwards you can find all the appendices. Here in the table of content you will see behind some models, in between brackets, app, that means it's an appendix. So you won't find it in the body due to the slide limitations, but all the supporting slides will be an appendix. So to start with the internal analysis, so what does a business look like? So in order to establish how they are performing now at this moment, I decided to conduct a digital health check by using 3 different websites, Nibbler, Health Check, and Alexa. Based on those conclusions the website gave me, I could come up with the strengths, weaknesses, and external factors as well. So what I saw is that they have a lot of expertise. The company does know what they are talking about, only they don't have any strategy to bring it out there in the market. So the content is there, but it isn't being spread out online effectively. And opportunities is that it's quite an untouched market, so it's not really a mature market, so there's a lot of potential in it. However, in the Netherlands, with quite a lot of skeptical people, it's not ensured that it will launch off here. So basically she doesn't have a market. Basic conclusion of this health check gave me that they don't have a marketing strategy yet to reach the customers. However, due to the market, there are a lot of online opportunities to do so effectively, and I will come back to this later on in my presentation. So what do they do at the moment? So how are they reaching to the customers at the moment? So looking at the own media channels, so the social media channels, they have Twitter with over 800 followers, LinkedIn with over 360 connections, Facebook with 138 likes, which isn't that much for a company at all, and of course their own website. If we look at the earned media and paid media, they're really lacking. This is due to the lack of budget, but also it's not worth to invest in it yet. As if the company really launch off online and gets more famous, then yeah, investing into paid and earned media would be wise. But as you see, there are just 6 people who mention the brand online, and it's not worth investing in it then. So that was basically, in short, the internal analysis. For backup slides you can find them in appendix. Now looking at the market itself. So who are they trying to reach? What is their target market? So I created 3 personas of their ideal customer, based on the interview I had with the company itself. So the first of all is Scott Murphy. It's a 32-year-old sales assistant who is eager to grow within the company he's working at and basically wants to be successful in life. However, he's quite insecure and is not too confident in his own strengths. There are too many useless training programs online he tried, so he's also quite skeptical about programs he is willing to try. Then we have a 61-year-old Michelle Pisano. She's a manager, CRM. She delivers excellent work. She wants to be unforgettable. However, due to the amount of time she spends on work, she has had a burnout. She is being considered as a workaholic, and that's really eating her from inside. And last but not least, John Walker, the chief of police. He's there to create a safe environment for everybody. However, this will be costing his mental condition. He's seeing things that no other person is seeing. He's dealing with horrible things, and he doesn't know how to deal with that kind of stress. So those are the ideal customers. So they need a training from Dream Chasers approach, and they are the ideal people that would fit the training programs. So who are they dealing with in the market? So at the moment, I established 3 main competitors, and I checked upon with the company, and she agreed upon that these are the main competitors. The biggest one, Brian Tracy, is by far the biggest, by far the most active on social media. Then you have Transform Mind and the Avatar course. Brian Tracy is really big, but as they are that big, the trainings are less personal, so no really personal connection with the person taking the training. With Transform Mind and the Avatar course, it's relatively cheap. Also, okay, they have quite clear content, but their social media presence, the online presence, is really weak. So that's really where they are lacking. So they are not being considered as the main competitors, but Brian Tracy is really the biggest one, but they are also by far in everything, in assets and in content, by far the biggest competitor Dream Chasers approach is having at the moment. So we have looked at this at the internal and external part. Based on that, I will now go into the more strategic field, and afterwards come up with a possible solution. So first of all, as I discussed now the strengths, weaknesses, and also the external factors, there's a so-called confrontation matrix. So you link each field with each other, and that will become a strategy you may be able to use. For example, the SO strategy. So I take one strength, for example, the clear and strong content, and I will link it to the live broadcasts opportunity which are available on social media. So they have clear and strong content, but they fail to deliver it to the customer. So what can they do? For example, they can decide to go live on Facebook or Periscope, which is linked to Twitter. So in order to reach more customers, going live is easier to explain your content than posting a written post, because people might not understand it and might not want to take the time to read it. But if you go live, you can explain it and people will get it more easily. So, what are the possible strategies for Dream Chasers approach? How can they increase their online brand awareness and improve sales? So there are basically 3 main options they have at the moment, based on their budget, based on their assets. They can either invest in paid advertisements, so the earned and paid media. So Facebook ads, Twitter campaigns, etc., etc. Improve their own media channels and landing page, so their own accounts, improve them, and the landing page to appeal more to customers. Or status quo, or in other words, do nothing and see how the market develops over time. In order to make a good decision between these three options, I decided to set some decision criteria the ideal strategies should meet. For example, does the solution ensure an increase in online brand awareness, or does the solution increase sales? And due to the lack of budget, does the solution keep the costs as low as possible? These are very critical success factors that need to be evaluated against each criteria in order to find the right fit for the company. So I apply these to the three options, which can be found in appendix. But basically, the outcome after applying this criteria to each solution was that we first start to become more active on social media, make use of more live broadcasts, and really engage and interact with potential customers. This is part of the reach stage of the RACE framework, so the social media campaign. And then you can start with your own landing page. So you reach them online on social media. Now you want to drag them to your website and keep them on your website. So improve your unique selling point on the landing page to really show the benefits for the customers. So what is the added value of your trainings? Once your website is really optimal, then it's wise to improve SEO and invest in the meta tags to become also more visible online and that people can find you online, which is part of the reach and act stage, so the SEO campaign and also the homepage optimization. These are very important and also need to be done in this order. So value proposition, what is the benefit for the customer? The social media links need to be working, and then SEO and meta tags. So it's nice that I gave you the strategy, what needs to be done, everything. But what is the most important part of the presentation is what is coming now. So the implementation plan of this strategy. So how should this be implemented? Before I go into the campaigns itself, first things first, the objectives. So what is the main objective of these campaigns? So the first part, the more brand awareness on social media. Set an objective. For example, before a specific time, get 1,000 Facebook followers or 1,500 Twitter followers. You need to set goals. So how you want more brand awareness on social media? Okay, what is the objective? What do you want to reach at least? How are you going to reach them? Offer special deals, like and share contests, etc. And what is the tactic behind it? So you offer special deals. What's the tactic? You share news and buzz. And for Twitter, you tweet and retweet regularly, so your name pops up every time on the timeline of people. So for the other part, so more visitors on the website, okay, it's good that you are available online, but if they are not coming to your website, the first part is useless. You're not selling something via Facebook, you're selling it via your website. So being present online is very important, but you need to drag them to your website eventually. So what's your objective? So SEO, search engine optimization. So you need to be visible online, and of course, updating the website. For the SEO, how are you going to do that? So you will invest in keywords. You will improve your Google Ads, so your meta tag. And regarding the website itself, you need to make it more attractive. People need to look at it and say, hey, I want to know more about this company only by the layout itself. And eventually, you want interaction. You want them to use a live chat, click on the media links, and really interact with your company. Basically it. How can you do that? For example, email/permission marketing. Ask them for permission to send them newsletters. You're interacting with them and you get more information about the website visitors and potential customers. So now we get into the real deal, the real business. Yeah? The social media campaign. So what I said, become more visible on your own media first, so Facebook, Twitter, and then we will look into the website. But first things first, social media campaign. So Facebook and Twitter, the biggest platforms there are, and the two most important the important platforms such a company wants to be present at. So Facebook and Twitter are really frequently used daily. As you can see, Twitter has 500 million tweets per day, and it's increasing every day. It's really incredible. But okay, let's go on. Oh, sorry. So for Facebook, there are 5 steps for each platform, but for Facebook, I will start with Facebook first. On Facebook, it's important that a company becomes more active in relevant groups and communities. Once they are in the groups and communities with a large audience, they can create several polls to find out their needs. So ask them specific questions, give them a multiple choice answer even, and people will reply. Of course, not everybody in the group will reply, but people will reply. With that information, you can already see, okay, this is the average people are thinking of. This is what they maybe want. Maybe this is something I can offer them. Based on the outcome of the poll, you post and share your content fit to them. For example, if most people are interested in how to recover from a burnout, start posting and sharing stuff about burnouts so that you trigger them, and put a backlink in that post, in each post, that they can click on and be directed to your website. That's really important. So if you don't put a backlink, people like to really try to look you up on Google. If they don't see a link, they forget about it. So put a link or hyperlink no matter what. But they need to be able, straight from your post, to go to the website. And once every week, doing a live broadcast wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be a bad idea at all. A live broadcast where you will be able to answer the customer's question at that moment. Like you go live, you explain some of your content, and people write in the comments section below the questions they have, which you will be able to answer directly. Okay, for the Twitter, it's important to first collect the target market behavior on Twitter. Every company that has an account on Twitter can see, also on Facebook, can track what is behavior. The people looking at their posts, what are they doing online, what are they looking for, what are the hashtags, etc. Then, either target them by demographics, age, gender, or geographic, country, state, etc. On Twitter, keep the text really short and put appealing pictures, because that attracts the most customers, and people will read it. If you put a large amount of text, people won't read it. Twitter isn't for like a whole summary of your company. Short, effective posts. After your posts, always track the conversion. So how much you put a link, of course, in your tweet, but how much are actually clicking on that link? you can put a code in the link which will automatically give you the update on all the people that click on that link and go to your website. So you see if it's a success or not. And always at least track your whole campaign once or twice a week. It's really important, because if it's not effective, you can launch off a new one immediately. So if you follow these 5 steps for both campaigns, you will create a new word of mouth via social media. So people will talk about it, people will share your content, people will retweet, people will comment, more the friends of the customers, and go on will find you online. So really, by following these 5 steps each, you will create a word of mouth, and which is the best marketing there is, because it's free. And once you establish that, it's your key to success. In Appendix, which I will show later, I created a sample Facebook campaign and a Twitter campaign for you, but I will show you that after my presentation. I will now go to the SEO campaign. As you might remember, I said after the social media campaign, you should first update your website and then the SEO campaign. However, due to the slight limitations, the website design, which should be in between, so before this slide, is now in Appendix. No worries, I will show it later, but just due to slight limitations, I couldn't put it in here. Okay, however, the SEO campaign. Nice that you push your content on social media, but you need to pull customers as well. If you only push your content, people will find you eventually quite annoying, like desperate pushing content. But what you want in the long term, in the long run, is that people come to you. So, I created an SEO campaign, which consists of 4 steps. First, meta tags and keyword. It's really wise to invest in it, and it can attract a large amount of visitors to your website. Then, so you with the SEO and meta tags, you will be more visible online, so more people will click on your website. Step 2 is permission marketing. So once they go to the website, they get a pop-up where you ask the visitors for the email address for marketing purposes. They have a choice, either yes or no. By doing this, the people who say yes and fill in the email address, you have now more detail about them, and you can send them targeted, like specific messages to really attract them. So actually sending the email campaign would be stage 3. So you have a database which come up from the permission marketing, and now you send targeted emails to them to really interest them for a life-changing training. Like with everything you do, you need to track results, measure your results, compare them with the results from the before stage and after, and see if things got improved and by how much. First things first, keywords to focus on. There are a lot of keywords, but based on online tools I found and the target market behavior online, also regarding the competitor, these are the most important keywords that are now online. So, I also looked at the current Google ad. The current Google ad is really bad. I mean, I won't lie about it. It's quite bad. As you can see on top in the blue, that should already attract your customers. But now it's saying the name of the company, Dream Chasers Approach, and okay, find your treasure, mark, release your treasure. Okay, that's nice, but it's in no way appealing to customers. And in the meta tag itself, so the below part, so this area, it's only random words. Totally not working. However, what I made from it, I created a new one, an example, which is much better. So you actually already start with attracting, so find the hidden treasure inside of you. Start chasing your dreams today. So you're already trying to get them, trying to attract them. So you're putting effort in it. And what I didn't mention here is only the website URL. But what you want them is to guide them directly to the training part, to the training page. So they don't have to go through all the journey online. And in here, I actually put text that needs to really pull them to your website. So are you ready to enjoy life to the fullest and to achieve your inner dreams? Choose one of the high quality training programs that fit you the best and let us work together to ensure you a better, positive and more successful life. This is far more appealing and gives the reader already a bit of information, but not too much. So they are wondering what it is about. So what is the training exactly? And they will look on your website for it and you have more visitors. That's it basically. So based on this Google ad campaign, people will come to your website. They're on your website, on your homepage. What now? Permission marketing, as I said. So what is it? It's literally asking them permission to market them. So it's really literally, I can't make it any more specific. It's asking the visitor permission to market them. What you can do, ask them personal information, so you can either group them in a demographic by the demographics. So age, you put certain age together, certain gender together, or geographics. So everybody from a country, state, region, city, you group them like that. Or a social marketing campaign. So what do they belong to in public? So for example, people in the sales area, you put all the sales people together. People in finance together. People without a job together. And so on and so on. So how to use it? Simple. You create a pop-up notification on the website, so everybody who comes on your homepage will get a pop-up automatically, and they get a choice. Do they want to subscribe for a newsletter or not? And those who say yes and fill in their email address, you can store them in an Excel file. Really simple in the beginning. No need to invest in a whole Salesforce thing now. But now for the beginning, it's wise to store them in an Excel file so you have a nice overview of who is more interested in your training and who is not. So what would you how can you benefit from it? Okay, you get the information, and then what? Well, you extend your current client base. You can keep track of the online journey on your website, but most importantly, you can send them marketing messages. And they will read them because they gave you permission, so they're most likely interested in the company or in the product. So you can send them marketing messages and also targeted marketing messages. This is very important. So okay, the marketing messages. How should they look like? So besides the fact you will send them by demographic, group them by demographics, geographic or social groups, you always need to distinguish two groups. Current customers, so who already purchased a training, completed the training or still following a training, and new customers, new potential customers. So those who visit the website for the first time, haven't purchased anything yet, because you can't send these two types of customers the same marketing message. So for the current customer, you want to focus on giving them special offers to guide them back to you once again and encourage them, as they already use your training, to spread the word within their network. So tell it to friends, family, and they can get a discount, for example. For the new customers, this is not working. So you need to really stress out how the trainings can change their life for the better. So how can such a training benefit them? How can it change their life? And again, you can either, in the presentation, you can click on these links. As you can see, the hand pops up. Click on the links and you will get it to the appendix where I created sample emails for current customers and new customers, but I will show it to you later on as well. Again, due to slight limitations, couldn't put it in here. Last but not least, metrics. Basically Google Analytics. See what's going on. What keywords are people using? Is it something you didn't invest in yet? Look if it's worth investing in. How many people find your website by searching for you in particular, for your company? So you can see, okay, the brand awareness online on social media, for example, is really working. What is the bounce rate? How many people click away once they are on your website? And how do you call it? So you need to check how many people bounced before these campaigns, and now you introduce these campaigns after a month. What is the bounce rate now? So you can see, did it work or not? And then, what are they doing on your website? So what do they search for? What is online journey? Can you make it more simple for them? So if you see they are taking too much steps and they don't reach the web shop, maybe you should make things easier for them. Maybe that would help. And of course, conversion rate. So how many visitors actually purchase something online? Because let's face it, that is the most important thing you want to know. How many people that came to your website actually purchased something? These can all be tracked by Google Analytics, and it's really wise to keep track of it at least once a week. Doing it like every day wouldn't be wise. It would just cost you quite a lot of time, and it's also not really making much of a difference. So basically, what I want to conclude of my presentation, what Dream Chasers should do to solve the main problem, so the brand awareness and the sales they want to increase, is to spread their content via social media. So to spread their content via social media frequently, so really actively, and also update the landing page accordingly to be more appealing to people. People want to look more on the website. Then also it's important to engage and interact with the target audience. Like those examples I gave about live broadcast. They see you, they see the person behind the company. So who is Dream Chasers Approach? They see a face for the first time, and they get the option to really ask you questions. And you can ask them questions even. Last but not least, enjoy the increase in brand awareness and the sales resulting from these campaigns, because believe it or not, these campaigns will pull off and will give you the brand awareness this company deserves, and also the sales that will result from it. So I want to thank you for your attention. This was my main presentation, so the main body of the slides,